Here we go, it's finished. Bristol Rovers 2, Sunderland 0. And what an absolutely terrible game that was. An awful game of football. The worst game of football I have seen in absolutely ages. There was nothing at all. Our first shot on target, I've wrote down here, our first shot on target was 95 minutes. Actually, that's wrong. Our first shot at the goal was 95 minutes. It actually went over the crossbar. It was Power hoofing the ball in the net and Will Grigg heading the ball over the top. That was our only chance of the match until 96.5 minutes when Maguire shot from outside the box and it tamely rolled into the keeper's arms for the whistle to go. The referee, who was absolutely terrible at all. Let's face it, the referee, right, was poor, really poor. I'm not blaming the referee for how bad we were, because we were really bad. I mean, out of 10, I'd say a solid 2 for the whole side. We were awful, but the referee didn't help the flow of the match. The referee didn't help the game. The referee stopped and started all the time, giving Bristol Rovers all the free kicks, and we were getting absolutely diddly squat. In the first half, we couldn't pass 2 passes together. It was awful. Defence. You got likes of Ozturk, Flanagan and Willis in defence, and not one of them could pass the ball out of defence with any purpose. They couldn't control the ball. You've got Hume, who loses the ball left, right and centre. On the left, he looks absolutely shattered. Luke O'Nien looks a former shadow of himself. He looks absolutely knackered, giving the ball away all of the time. We started Scowen today and we started Semenyo, and Semenyo looked quite good in the first half. It looked decent, but again, it was all huff and puff with no final product. Scowen didn't look too bad, but why, oh why, are we not dropping Max Power? And we dropped Dobson instead. Parkinson dropped George Dobson, who's been one of our better players over recent weeks, and Max Power, who's been absolutely terrible, gets the start because he's the captain. He's guaranteed the start. He's guaranteed because of the armband. He has to play, and he was absolutely terrible as well, giving the ball away. Passing was non-existent. We couldn't string more than 2 passes together today, and even though I'm saying how bad Bristol Rovers are, today they deserved the victory. Today they were up for the match. They wanted it. And I hate when people say, oh, they're playing against Sunderland, they're going to give an extra 10%. Absolute shite, man. We need to raise our game. We need to give 110%. We need to win every ball. We need to put the tackles in. We weren't even doing that tonight. Powder puff. Absolute powder puff. Are we going to get promoted this season? Absolutely zero chance out of 10 of Sunderland getting promoted this season. 0. We won't even make the playoffs. Seriously, we're out of the playoffs now. We're in 7th place. Blackpool have lost today. And you watch, we'll go to Blackpool. Can Parkinson raise this side? There's one guarantee. I tell you now, there's one absolute guarantee on Saturday. George Dobson will be starting on Saturday, 100%. You watch this space, he will be starting. Lafferty started the game tonight, and he was more involved in wanting to fight. I think it was Harry, somebody called Harry for Bristol Rovers. He wanted to fight Harry, got a yellow card. It was that close to being sent off, towards the end of the second half. So Parkinson took him off and brought on Charlie White, who was again absolutely diabolical. Garbage, shite. The whole team was absolutely shite. There's only one player that can stand out tonight with any kind of pride, and that's the goalkeeper, John McLaughlin. He had no chance with the first goal. He almost saved the penalty. The defending was shocking for the first goal. That Clark scored a brace. He scored a good goal in the first half. Well done, Clark scored a good goal. Good finish, but the ball travelled across all of our defenders until it got to Clark. Then he swivelled round, he turned around. He had time to run over to the touchline, get a can off one of the supporters, bring it back on the pitch, have a sip, get the ball, and then put it in the back of the net. Our defenders were still, crawling around the ground. It's been an awful game of football tonight, and on that performance tonight, we are getting steadily worse. Saturday wasn't that good. Today was even worse. Our defending is shocking. Flanagan cannot pass the ball. Cannot pass the ball out of defence. Hoofed football from Ozturk. Max Power is non-existent in the middle of the park. We have nothing in the centre. Absolutely nothing. McQuire didn't have a good game either. And then we got what boiled my piss the most, mind, right? We cannot score. We cannot get a shot on target. We can't even create a chance. And yet we don't bring Will Grigg on to 86 minutes. What is the point? What is the point? Charlie, I cannot score a wike in a month of Sundays. Lafferty just wants to go in the boxing ring and fight. So we got Will Grigg and he brings him on 86 minutes. I mean, how weird. Phil Parkinson, you're going to get sacked at the end of the season. Simple as. We give you the chance. All Sunderland fans are well behind you. I know, and we're still going to support. Don't worry about the Phil Parkinson. We're still going to support you till the end of the season. We still hope and pray, say a little prayer before I go to bed tonight, that we can actually start winning and get back into the playoffs. But for me, it's looking like it's going to be a damn scrimp at the end of the season. These 9 cup ties that Lafferty said, we got 9 cup ties, we're going to win the 9 cup ties. We must win these 9 cup ties. Is that how you play a cup tie? Powder puff, absolutely powder. We are soft as shit, soft as clots. We are easy, soft touch. It was mentioned on the Sunday bunch the other day, and in past it's been mentioned most of the season. We're too soft. Other teams absolutely bullied us. We were bullied all over the park tonight. Bristol Rovers players took our trousers down, bent us over and give us jolly good Roger, and that's what they dominated the match. They controlled the match. They absolutely bullied us off in the park in the first half. Stronger, fitter, fiercer, wanted it more. We didn't want it. We were too soft. We didn't look like up for the fight at all. I mean, this is what it comes to. Another season in League One, the 3rd season in League One. This is a disgrace. If we do not get promoted this season, we have to have Kevin Phillips or someone else to come into this, to manage this side. It's got to be sold. The club has to be sold at the end of the season and try and find somebody to come in with some cash to buy some players who actually want to play football, who wants to play for the shirt with pride, dedication, and for those lovely the fans are absolutely fantastic. Absolutely brilliant travelling away fans yet again, going all over the country. Bristol Rovers. Bristol. It's been a 5-hour plus journey. They've got to come back to Sunderland or wherever they're going tonight. Absolutely fantastic travelling and support. You cannot at all deny that Sunderland fans are absolutely fantastic. I don't know how they do it. Go to all these away matches, how they can afford it. It's brilliant. But I am absolutely gutted. We're not even going to make the playoffs. We're just not going to make the playoffs, and I'm trying deep inside not to get too angry, not to get too frustrated. I don't want to take my anger and my frustrations. I don't want to stand here and swear and slag off players, but every single player in that park tonight, except for John McLaughlin, did absolutely nothing and deserves nothing. And they should be ashamed of themselves as a collectiveness, as a team collectiveness, including Phil Parkinson, because he put that side out. He decided to drop George Dobson. Phil Parkinson, you've only got one chance. You've got one opportunity, one moment. This is your one chance to get this side with this fantastic backing of all the fans. 30,000 plus home fans, the biggest ever. We've had the biggest crowd in League One ever. We're the biggest side in League One, the biggest club in League One. We just have a bunch of poor, average League One players. And I'd be absolutely amazed if we can turn this around now and get in the playoffs. I really will. I'll be absolutely amazed if we can get in the playoffs now. Again, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel. And Look at the time. I'm going to go to bed. And some of these Sunderland fans won't get home until what? 5 o'clock in the morning? Fantastic Sunderland fans. Right, there we go. It's game over. We won't even make the playoffs. I'm absolutely sick. I can't wait till the weekend so I can get pissed and drown my sorrows. And I hope somehow we're going to send thousands to Blackpool. Somehow somebody in that side can rally the troops and get that result against Blackpool. Right, thanks for watching. I'm going to bed. We'll see you later.